Okay, next I'm going to show you a couple of the widgets that are already here and why you'll want to keep them. Let me just show you really quickly. Recent posts, categories, and archives. These are places where once you start putting in blog posts, these will show up over here. You really want to keep those. I think so. I want to keep them because I want a place where people can navigate the site, find the content that I've put up there. And as you start getting lots and lots of different blog posts up, this will make it easier for people to find the subjects exactly that you've talked about that they want to see. So those we're going to leave. Under Meta, I want to show you this quickly. There's a place for site admin and a place for logout. When you come to your website, if you click on site admin, that will take you to the login page to get to your dashboard. I always leave that there because it's just really convenient, especially if you're new to blogging, new to WordPress. You just come to your web address, you click this to log in, and then you can start changing things. So the next thing I want to show you is we now have the name of our site. That's good, and we have a place to put a tagline right here. They've given us one, just another WordPress weblog. We want to change that, so I'm going to show you where you can do that. I'm going to go to our dashboard. I've already signed in, and I want to go to, let me scroll down, under settings. It's usually collapsed. You'll want to open it up, and you want to go to General. And we wait. So blog title. You can change the name of the blog title anytime you like. I'm going to leave mine here. Tagline. Here's where we get to put anything we want. So let's put a tagline for this website. Let's call it Social Media Reports that will help you pump up your profits. Let's see how that looks. There are other things you can change here, but I'm going to leave the address of the blog, the website. That's what I want. It has my email address there. And you can change the time zone, the date format, the time format, the week starts on. I'm not sure why I changed that. You might find a reason to. I'm going to click Save Changes. And it's working on that. It's going to take a minute. Okay. I'm going to go back. I like to always check the changes I've made, so I'm going to go back to the tab where I have this my site open. I'm going to refresh the site and see if the change took place. So, social media reports that will help you pump up your profits. For now, that's good. Later, I might go back and work on that. You might want to think about your keywords once again when you're putting a tagline together. Maybe your business already has a tagline. You can put your business tagline, or you can create a new one particularly for this blog. So that is how you change the tagline. I want to show you on your site how to work with pages. Let's go take a look at the site on the internet. I keep it open in this extra tab on Internet Explorer. You're going to see all the way over here, you see where it says About? That is the About page. That is typical to a lot of websites. Let's click on that. This is something they've given us with the template just to show us. The About page with bio information. I want to go and I want to edit this. So let's go back to our dashboard, and I'm going to show you where to do that. On the left hand side you will see a section of the menu called Pages, and I want to click Edit because I want to go to the About page. And here is the About page. I want to click Edit. This is the place where you edit all of your pages. These are going to be extra pages that are not the actual blog itself, where the blog posts are. And you can create as many of these as you like. This is one they've given us. It says bio information. I'm going to leave the name About, and I'm going to put a little bit more here so you can see the changes. This is where you put information about you and your blog. You want to put information here about your blog because you want to tell people what is your blog about, who is it for, and who are you. Those are the things you really want. Talk about your company, yourself, the blog, because you want people, many people will come to this page to find out that very information. So make sure it's here. When you've done with changes, I want you, let me just take a quick look here. Okay, when you're done with changes, I want you to come over to the right hand side, update page. We are going to click that because we want to update this right now. And I'm going to go back to my tab because I want to see my changes, so I'm going to click refresh. And you will see down here the sentence that we changed is right here. So that has changed, and it says about. You can put any title there you want, and this is the about page. I'm also going to show you, let's see if I can show you this rather quickly. On the menu, let's add a page. Add new. We are going to add a contact us page. So, contact us. And this is where we're going to put address information. I'm not going to do that right now. You can go ahead and do that with yours. This is just so I can show you where to change things. So contact us. All right. And I'm going to click publish. Once it's load, let's go take a look. I'm going to refresh on my tab. Now you can see about and contact us. So let's click contact us. Simple as that. You can put as many pages here as you like. You can I use my blog as a website, a full website, so I do have about me, contact us, products and services, ways to work with me. You can put anything you want there. If you have a particular products, you can put different product pages. Anything you want. Those will be pages that when people come to your site, they will see your blog, and then they can go and look at these other pages as well. Every blog is set up so that the first home landing page is the blog itself. There is a way to change that with a plugin if that's something you choose, but for now we're going to keep it in that setup because it's simple and it's easy to understand. So that is how you create more pages on your blog. And finally, it's time to talk about how to put up blog posts. The meat of your blog are the posts. So I want you to come to this is your dashboard, and I want you to come down to posts and click on that. Now you're going to see this page looks very similar to your pages that we just talked about. We just learned how to add pages. The posts, you're going to be doing most of the work on your site here at the posts, and it's very similar to the pages, just as easy to use. They have given us our first post called Hello World. Almost all the themes go with this as their first post, but we want to edit that. So we're going to click Edit. And a post is a lot like writing an email. That's why blogging is such a wonderful place to communicate, because it's already something we all know how to do, very much like writing an email. I'm going to change the title of my post, and I'm going to call it my first post. This is not really what I would call it, but this is just so I can put something in here and show you how to use my first post. Okay, they've given us this language here in the body of the post. We want to change this, so I'm just going to put some language. This is, I'm doing this with one hand sideways, so you have to, because I have a microphone here. This is where you place the body of the blog. All right, sorry about that. When you have the body in here, and we're going to talk in the next segment about more about blog posts and what needs to go in. I just want to give you the mechanics right now. When you have the body of the post in here, you scroll down, and let's see what we have here. Here is the all-in-one SEO pack that we talked about before. This is where you want to put the title in again, because this SEO pack is going to do some different work with the stuff we put here. It could grab it from above, but it doesn't. So I want you to put the title again of the post, and I want you to put a description of the post. Now keywords, this is very important. Put in the keywords that are involved in this post. So if this was a post about using Facebook to market your business, I would put in here Facebook, comma, social media, comma, small business marketing, all the different things that apply to the what I want to use for the SEO. And then you that's all you do there for the SEO information. And it's going to do the rest of that work for you. So also I want to show you categories. The first category is uncategorized. What you're going to want to do down here, it says add categories. Let's say this one was about Facebook. So, whoops, right here where it says new category, I'm going to put Facebook. Parent category, we're just going to leave that alone for now, and we're going to click add. So now I have a Facebook category. I'm going to unclick uncategorize because I want this to show up as a Facebook category, and I'm going to show you in a couple minutes what that does. So once we've done that, we are going to go up to update post. I'm going to look at it again. Looks good to me. And I'm going to click update post. Once it's done that, I'm going to go look at it. I love to go back and forth and look at what changes I've made. So I'm going to refresh the site that I have open. Now you see some things. Here's the first post. Your most recent post will always be here at the top. So they will move down chronologically. You can see over here, recent post. There's the name of your post. Categories, I've added the Facebook category, so now as I add Twitter, LinkedIn, all the different categories for my subject matter, you will be able to click on them here and see all the posts from that particular category. And then February, this is the month right now that I'm creating this, and this is going to be the, all of the entries for February are going to be here in the archives. Another way for people to search your site and find information from you. And these navigations are very important because you want users to be able to find information that you put out there. So that is the basic mechanics of putting up a post. And so now it's time to learn how to put an image, a photo, into your blog post. I highly recommend that you use images in all of your blog posts because it just makes for a nice, crisp, and professional post. You'll see that as you start to use them, it really pumps up the professional look of your post. So I'm going to show you, we are at the dashboard of your page, and you are going to, oops, I know you can't see it, but this says add a new post. By now you should know where that is, but I've clicked on it right here on the left. And we're going to just so I can show you, we're going to make some test images in this post. It doesn't matter that I'm you know, putting all kinds of different crazy stuff, but these are going to represent paragraphs in your post. You can place an image anywhere in the post you like. I very often, it's easy and it looks good, I put it right at the top. Place your cursor on the very first position in the post after you've written or cut and paste your post in here. This right here is the add an image icon. You want to click that. Now what I do most of the time, and this is probably what you'll do most of the time, is you will find images that you like and you're going to download them onto your computer. I'll go over in a minute how we do that. But when you may already have photos on your computer, so you can practice it with things that you have there already, or if you're actually going to use. You're going to choose from your computer, select files. You're going to find your files. And I am going to go and just grab from my, there it is, pictures. Sorry, my computer's a little slow. I've probably said that a few times. Come on, come on, come on. La la la. And we're going to find, I have what I call stock photos, and it has all kinds of different images here. That I've pulled from free websites on the internet, and I'll show you my favorite one. Let's say we want to put this. It's just a little graphic. It's going to load it. So I click to the photo. It's going to load it. There it is. And we're going to scroll down from here to where it says alignment. You can choose the size of your photo. I always pick medium. It's a really nice size for a blog post, but you can play with that. And alignment is where on the page it's going to set. This little photo shows you. Do you want it on the left with all the text on the right, or do you want that the opposite? I choose either left or right. So let's stay with right, and we click Insert Post. Now you see all of your text is over here, and your photo is on the right. And what you will see is that the text will arrange itself around the photo. So that's really all you have to do. And now we're going to go, we're going to say preview that, just to make sure it looks good. And it takes a minute because, again, my computer is really slow. But while it's working on that, I can tell you that previewing the post is always a nice thing to do before you actually publish it, just so that you have a good idea of what everything is looking like. And it's going to open a new window. I maximized it so we can see it full. And you can play with this. Once we look at it, if we don't like it, you can always go back and move it around. So here you see my test piece, and here's the photo, and all of the words would arrange themselves around this photo, and it ends up, like I said, I think you're going to like the look of that. So let's close that. The next thing you would do is, once you have everything on the post the way you like it, you will publish it, and that is how you add a photo to your blog. Now I'm going to show you where you can find some really good, high-quality, professional photos that you can use in your blog. I highly recommend them because it makes your blog look more sophisticated if you use really nice photos. Now that's not to say you can definitely take photos yourself and use those, and I've done that before, where I've taken photos of different images or objects that would look good and represent what the post is about. But let me just show you really quick. Here is the website address that you will need, and here is the name of the site. When you get here, you're going to come to this search box, and let's say my blog post is about how to stop, or how to drive traffic to your website. So I would just put in the words drive and see what I get for images. Now I'll tell you that the first few that you see up here, these are paid images. This company has a paid service as well as free. I skip over those. I never pay for images and I go down to where these are all the free images. So the blog post was about how to drive traffic to your site. So it doesn't really matter. Let's say we want to choose anything. Let's say we want to choose this. Oh, well, let me just show you really quick. It'll very often bring you all kinds of 48 pages of results. So I mean, you're going to have page after page of good things. Again, skipping over the ones that are paid, and we go to the free. This is pretty. Let's put that in. You're going to click on the photo just with your regular left click. You are going to scroll down to where it says download and click download. And wait for just a second. It is going to open the photo in another window. It'll be very large, but that's okay. We're going to right click. I'm going to save picture as. This is going to open up my folders on my computer, and you're going to see that in a minute. I have one file folder that I put all of my images. I call them stock photos because they are stock free images, and I'm going to put it in here. I usually rename it traffic and night, something so I can identify it, and I save. Now that's going to be in my folder so that when I'm ready to put it into my image, I already showed you how put the image into the post. I showed you where you go to your folders and how you insert it from there. It will be there. Now let me tell you, once in a while, I would try it exactly as is, but once in a while these photos are so large that they might be too large for WordPress, and it'll tell you, because it'll tell you it's too large. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over to pictures. Let's see if I can show you this really quickly. Most all of you will have in your Microsoft Office or Microsoft Word, not Word, operating system, you'll have a program called Paint. If you don't, and if you're on an Apple computer or something like that, simply find out where the graphics, there's always a simple graphics program, and that's what Paint is. I'm going to show you that because that's what I have. So we're going to go down through my photos. I named it, what did I name it? Traffic, QRS, TU, traffic night. I'm going to right click, and this is going to ask me, well, it's going to show me, I want to go down where it says open with, because I want to open it with my Paint product, my Paint program. What this is a very simple graphics editor that comes with most Microsoft computers. And it's there's only one little feature we're even going to use in the program, and I'll show you. It's going to open up this nice big. You're going to go to Images, Resize, and you're going to cut this down. I'm going to cut it down to 25% so that keep them both 25 so it brings it down. Now it's smaller. WordPress will definitely take it at this size. If not, you can continue to cut it down farther if you like. So anyway, that's if you have problems, come to this and downsize it. But most of the time you won't. And that's how you find free images from my favorite image website.